All right, welcome back to the basement. Today, I thought we'd do a really quick video on the new SBD sleeves, which literally just came in. They are still unpackaged, if you will. I figured just open them up on camera, talk about my first initial impressions of them, and then maybe do some really quick comparisons to the older SBDs, as well as some of the other knee sleeves that I own, like the Stoics, which are my normal daily driver, and then some of the more stiff knee sleeves. Now, I've seen some people do videos on these already who got these before me. Most of those were SBD athletes or people who haven't used a lot of the stiffer sleeves. I have a ton of sleeves, yet they have the better squat. Suck on that one. But so figure go ahead and just open these up on camera. So let's go ahead and do so. I got a medium, and I gotta say, one of the things that I really like about the SBDs in general, before even talking about the sleeves themselves, is the fact that they keep the same sizing chart from their other older sleeves. So first of all, the first thing that I notice with these is they do not feel as heavy duty as the other sleeves. They do, however, feel very gritty. So the material on this is very textured as opposed to a lot of the other stuff. I feel like it's almost like the rough side of a sponge feeling, but otherwise these look, and I gotta say, they actually feel very similar to the older SBDs. Now I'll compare them. Obviously, I didn't want to kind of skew my judgment as I came down here and feel those first. Before feeling these, I feel a lot of things in the gym, but first impressions are these just feel like normal knee sleeves, as opposed to when you open the Inzers, the Ghost, the Titans, the Iron Rebels, the Cerberus, where you're like, damn, these are at a different level. These feel like normal knee sleeves right off the bat. So let's go ahead and take a look and weigh these out and see how they compare to the other sleeves. All right, so here we have our little setup, a lot of different popular knee sleeves on here. We'll run through just one sleeve and weigh them. Hopefully you guys can all see the weight here. Again, this is just gonna give you some basic context of how dense or how heavy these are, despite them all being 7 millimeters thickness. So first, let's start with the test, the old SBD. I'm gonna put this right here in the middle. It's about 0.35 pounds, which is about average from what I've seen across SBD sleeves. Let's go with the newer, stiffer sleeves. You got about a half a pound, so about 0.15 pounds heavier. Now, one of the reasons why I hadn't worn my old SBDs is because I found the Stoic brand offered me a little bit more support. I like the build quality, I like the color options, and I found that they weighed more. So if the old SBDs were 0.35, these Stoics are 0.45. So they're just slightly under these new SBDs and still a very good sleeve. And this is what I recommend for most people for a daily driver for normal knee sleeves, which is funny that we even have to say that. So those are like the normal-ish sleeves. So based off of the weight alone, this weighs a little bit more than the normal sleeves that most people are used to. Now, let's try some of the new stiffer sleeves. Here is the Inzers, which I think many people would consider the best one out there or the most popular one. This is almost a full pound, so about twice the weight of the SBDs, and in some cases, 3 times the weight of the older, I was gonna say flimsier, gotta watch what I say here, the older model SBDs. So about a pound on the Inzers. The Iron Rebel, which obviously are a completely different shape, smaller footprint as well when you're comparing these, and obviously I'll do a in-depth video on all these sleeves, but it's gonna be less material, but 3/4 of a pound, so still a good amount more than the SBDs. Now let's go with the Titans, which are the newest ones. These ones, if you've watched my other videos, are oversized. So I have a feeling that these are gonna be the heaviest sleeves because they're probably the most material when we compare them to something like the Inzer. So you can see that there is more material. Weigh these bad boys out, a little bit more. So these are a full pound, at least according to how we're weighing it these days. And then I'm also gonna throw the Cerberus ones on here for right now because these are the ones that I've been wearing most often because they fit my legs the best. They're at around 8.9. All right, so there you go. These sleeves compared to some of the other more popular ones. Now, I didn't compare them to all of them. I still have the A7, I have the Hansu, I have some other ones from Australia coming in, the Pioneer ones. There's a lot of knee sleeves out there. Trying to save something for the other knee sleeve video and not show you everything in this one, but I wanted to give you some context just how these ones compare to these stiffer sleeves out there. And as you can see, in terms of weight and density, they are not on the same level. So it may or may not be a good thing, but what I can say is the videos I've seen from people like David Wilson, Eric LaPointe, Rondell Hunt, it is true what they say, that these are not like the other ones out there. But that might be okay for you because there is a large amount of people who are against this really stiff knee sleeve movement. They say, why don't you just use wraps? So these ones might still offer a little bit more support than obviously the traditional SBDs, which I think we said were like 0.15 pounds heavier, these ones were, or even 0.05 pounds heavier than my Stoics, which I felt were denser and more supportive than my SBDs. These might offer a good alternative if you're in that camp. However, if you've been on the fence about getting these because you want a next pair of knee sleeves that are gonna really take your squats to the next level, these are probably not gonna be the ones, given the context of the other sleeves that are available. And also the price point on these, to me, was $134, which was around some of the more expensive. Like the Inzers are listed at $139, but with shipping and tax, it adds up to like $150 to $160. Same with the Iron Rebels. So the price point on these are right in line with the stiffer sleeves, but they're not going to offer you as much support. And if you're the type that wants that support, these will probably not be the sleeves for you. Now, obviously, I haven't even worn these things yet. I will do that and I will give you some feedback. I'll probably work those into one of the training videos. And then obviously when I do that big knee sleeve video eventually, every time I say I'm gonna do it, people start sending me more and more sleeves. I will give you some feedback on what I think is the best. But if you haven't seen my video on sizing or fitting your knee sleeves based off your leg shape, watch that because which sleeve you go with will also play a role in what your leg's shaped like. Let me know what questions you have or what you want me to answer in those videos that are coming up. But in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big. Woo!